The Kids Next Door has had some fantastic Flash games on CartoonNetwork.com. This is Rainbow Monkey Rundown. That's a great name for a game, by the way. Rainbow Monkey Rundown, I love saying that. It's a unique take on the side-scrolling shooter. It's very fast-paced action, which I like. This is very much a game that you can just pick up and play, and it doesn't take very long to ramp up in difficulty. The controls are interesting. I play entirely with the mouse. I move the mouse up and down, and number 3's boat drifts from one side of this channel to the other. If I click, she shoots out a yo-yo directly in front of her. That's it. This game has very simple and restrictive controls. I can only control her movement in one dimension. She automatically goes to the right at a constant velocity. Also, I can't control where the yo-yo goes independently of number 3's current position. In most instances, it just goes straight in front of her. Now, there are some cases in which I can somewhat control the yo-yo's angle relative to the boat. I'll get to those momentarily. Now, judging by the little preview in the instructions, you might think that I have complete control of the yo-yo's angle. As the instructions portray it, number 3 stays at a constant Y position, and she shoots the yo-yo out at all manner of angles. It goes up and down and straight, but that isn't accurate to how the game actually plays. I hate these jumping enemies. This game is completely two-dimensional, but someone felt the need to throw in this fake 3D effect. It looks like these knights are jumping on top of me in 3D space. What they're actually doing is moving along the Y-axis. They're moving farther up the computer screen, beyond where number 3 can go in her boat. To shoot them, I have to bring the boat all of the way up to the far side of the channel, against this wall. Once I'm there, the controls completely change. Now, I can't move the boat farther, but I have control of the yo-yo's angle relative to the boat. I can angle it upwards, similarly to what the instructions show. And this only works for this upper 2/5 of the game window. This is annoying for a few reasons. Firstly, this transition is far from seamless. It takes a while to move the boat up there. Then I have to move the mouse in both dimensions to find the enemy's precise position. While I'm doing this, a barrel will often float by the far edge of the channel. Then I bring my mouse back down to avoid the barrel. Then it goes right back up to shoot another jumping enemy. Also, it's just nonsensical to have two different control schemes for different areas of the same window. None of this would be an issue if I could control the boat and the yo-yo independently. Perhaps I would move with the arrow keys and aim with the mouse. That's one idea. Apparently, it's somehow possible to shoot the yo-yo at a shallow angle. I'm not quite sure how I do that. It seems that the angle varies if I'm moving the boat up or down at a certain velocity. If the boat is moving up to the wall of monkeys, the yo-yo tends to angle slightly upwards. If I'm moving down the other way, it angles in that direction. Though there's probably more to it than that. Reviewing the video, I've seen several instances in which number 3 is going up, and the yo-yo continues in its determined straight path. In that case, the string appears to angle down, away from the direction of the boat's movement. But it's actually the boat that's moving in the Y dimension. I've often found these purple enemies to be creepy. The way that they hunch over in their idle position, it's just so strange. His right shoulder pad is positioned out in front of him, and his neck is cricked out in a weird angle. It looks like his shoulder pad is attached to his chin. He's holding his big stick in both hands, but it goes behind his right shoulder, which is sticking out. The stick also extends at an angle, up above his head. For that geometry to work, his upper body must be leaning over the other side of the boat. It's just a very strange stance. Whoa, the hatchets are coming out. This just got real. I love using the exploding yo-yo. It's so satisfying to destroy these enemies in one hit. From what I can tell, the powered-up yo-yo runs out after a certain length of time. It has nothing to do with how many hits number 3 has taken. I have to get past every single enemy here to win the level. If I make it to the end and there's still an enemy on screen, the tunnel won't appear until I defeat him. Hey, why doesn't this game have a pause feature? That's a definite oversight. What if I have to pick up the phone at some point in a 10-minute playthrough? Here's a rare gold alternate of the stick-swinging enemy. Not sure what the difference is. Maybe he would survive more hits from the standard yo-yo. Here's something else that I should keep in mind. When I click, the yo-yo extends to the far side of the window. It takes about 12 frames. And I only have one yo-yo, so I can't shoot it repeatedly in that 12-frame interval and have each shot make contact. If I click again shortly after a shot, the yo-yo falls short of its target. It quickly zips back to the boat and restarts the whole 12-frame cycle. In many shooting games, it's common to repeatedly hit the button to put out as many shots as possible. This increases the likelihood that you'd hit a target in a given time frame, even if the shot that makes contact wasn't planned as such. That strategy won't work here. If I repeatedly click the mouse, I decrease my range and put myself at a disadvantage. It's better to wait a few frames between shots and make each shot deliberate with a clear target. This aspect adds some depth to the gameplay. we're coming up on the boss, Sandy. So, Sandy is a recurring antagonist on the Kids Next Door TV cartoon show. And let me tell you, he's a real dirtbag as far as 10-year-old kids go. He's always sexually harassing number 3 and trying to make her marry him. He's also made inclinations towards her 5-year-old sister, which is extremely cringe. Toxic white masculinity is a huge problem in the world, possibly the single largest obstacle to social progress. I'm truly ashamed to have any association with that heritage and that line of thinking. Men who treat Asian women as a commodity or a trophy to be conquered are truly the scum of the earth. By the way, I respect women of all races. I am good friends with several of them. Yeah, we saved the monkeys. How nice. In these later levels, there's the possibility that a lot of enemies will overwhelm me if I don't take them out quickly. I'm going to show the game over screen cause, I don't know, maybe someone is curious. I was. That's no fun. She could easily slip out of that, but still. It's a mean gesture to chain someone up.